Now what are they doing here? Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 movie character cameos you didn't see coming. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at character cameos, that is, characters from different films or franchises unexpectedly appearing in an otherwise unrelated film. Please note that some of these cameos factor into the main plot, so there will be spoilers. Number 10. Raymond Ray Stantz, Casper. The titular spirit might be a friendly ghost, and this was billed as a family movie, but after seeing founding Ghostbuster Ray Stantz come running out of Whipstaff Manor in a panic, well, we were forced to reconsider and quickly prep ourselves for some serious scares. Thankfully, whatever Casper's ghostly trio of uncles did to Ray off-screen, they didn't recreate on camera for us viewers. As for Mr. Stantz, however, we hadn't seen him since 1989, so imagine the pleasant reaction of cinema-goers when the pop culture icon suddenly appeared on screen, fully decked out in Ghostbusters gear, and providing a playful riff on the classic saying no less.
Who you gonna call? Someone else.
Number 9. Ray Nicolette, Out of Sight.
Yeah, this is Ray Nicolette.
Hey, hi. Hi.
Directed by Steven Soderbergh and starring George Clooney, Jennifer Lopez, and numerous recognizable co-stars, Out of Sight was a major critical success. In addition to being a tightly written crime comedy boasting stellar performances all around and truly honoring author Elmore Leonard, Out of Sight also featured a little gift in the form of a cameo by Michael Keaton, who gave us a second taste of Ray Nicolette, a character he'd played the year before in Jackie Brown, itself based on Leonard's novel Rum Punch.
You ever see him so good?
No,
How do you know he's so good?
he told me.
By having Ray pop up in Out of Sight, Soderbergh and Tarantino created a little Elmore Leonard universe that extended across film studios.
Next thing you know, boom, on the couch.
And that's how you score now, huh?
Number 8. Kane, Spaceballs.
We were lost. None of us knew where we were.
Okay, so obviously John Hurt's executive officer Kane couldn't actually have survived to appear in Spaceballs because, well, he met a gruesome and iconic fate in Alien. But in the wonderful world of filmmaker Mel Brooks, such trivial details do not matter. Hurt was credited as himself, but he's clearly revisiting his breakout sci-fi role.
Is he all right?
Given his status in sci-fi culture, it was to the delight of fans of the genre when he was spotted at Gus's Galaxy Grill, when he unfortunately experienced deja vu after eating the special of the day.
Oh no, not again.
Number 7. Red Skull, Avengers Infinity War.
Welcome, Thanos.
Sure, we weren't expecting a visit to the planet Vormir, but we really weren't expecting to see Red Skull after 7 years of being MIA in the MCU. Characters in this universe have a tendency to pop up where you least expect them. But even so, Red Skull's return was a surprise cameo, the likes of which we'd rarely seen up until this point.
We are all wrong.
Though Hugo Weaving did not return to play the role, The Walking Dead's Ross Marquand made it so that it was all but impossible to tell the difference. After so many years in the dark, we finally learned Red Skull's fate.
Saul holds a special place among the Infinity Stones. You might say it has a certain wisdom.
Number 6. Dr. Emmett Doc Brown, A Million Ways to Die in the West.
Hello?
This live-action Seth MacFarlane film largely missed the bullseye with, well, everyone, but what it lacked in overall quality, it certainly made up for with cameos. Seeing Jamie Foxx's beloved Django once again strike out against racism and slavery with a vengeance was a pleasant surprise, but Doc Brown really stole the show.
What's that?
Nothing. It's a weather experiment.
Playing with the fact that his final film implied that Doc seemingly settled in 1885 to raise a family, taking little temporal vacations here and there, MacFarlane brought actor Christopher Lloyd on board for this hilarious little moment that surely had Back to the Future fans squealing with delight.
Great Scott!
Number 5. Darth Maul, Solo, A Star Wars Story. Disney's second standalone Star Wars film unfortunately failed to recreate the success of its predecessor Rogue One, but the space western delivered plenty of fun and fan service, the appearance of Darth Maul being a particularly shocking moment. The Clone Wars TV show is considered canon, but many of its story elements, such as the return of Darth Maul, felt firmly entrenched in the animated series. Though the character was a fan favorite from his debut in The Phantom Menace, few of us dared to dream of him returning to films until we saw it with our own eyes. Now that is how you do a surprise cameo.
Kira, you and I will be working much more closely from now on.
Number 4. Tom Hanson, 21 Jump Street.
Tom Hanson, DEA, on your knees.
Hollywood has made us sit through a lot of unnecessary reboots that no one asked for. Thankfully, 21 Jump Street and its sequel proved to be exceptions. While many cinemagoers were unfamiliar with the original property, seeing the film because of its promising young cast rather than out of nostalgia for the late 80s series, Johnny Depp's sudden appearance was still a welcome one.
Little dweebs just ruined a 5-year investigation.
For fans of the original TV show, however, seeing original lead Tom Hanson was the perfect knowing wink to say thanks for coming, even if he and Doug Penhall quickly meet a grisly end.
Jump Street Division.
Come on, you guys are Jump Street?
Yeah.
That's funny because we were actually Jump Street.
Number 3. The T-1000, Wayne's World and Last Action Hero. Honestly, considering how iconic his role as the T-1000 from Terminator 2 Judgment Day is, we suspect that Robert Patrick could have made a comfortable living just doing T-1000 cameos. But to date, we've only spotted 2 of them. First, in Wayne's World, he pulls over our rock and roll loving star Wayne Campbell. They could have kept it subtle by making it a routine traffic stop, but they instead go all in by having Patrick pull out a photo of John Connor.
Have you seen this boy?
Then in Last Action Hero, which stars Arnold Schwarzenegger no less, the T-1000 walks by in a blink and you'll miss it cameo. Number 2. Captain Benjamin L. Willard, Hot Shots Part 2.
Somebody once wrote, "Hell is the impossibility of reason."
When you consider the respective careers of Martin and Charlie Sheen, it feels safe to say that the apple fell pretty far from the tree. But from the 80s on, Charlie, like his dad, was a bona fide A-lister, working in both dramatic and comedic roles, such as the Rambo spoof Hot Shots Part 2.
I loved you in Wall Street!
It's during this film that Sheen's internal narration is interrupted by that of another, who just so happens to be his father's iconic wartime character, Benjamin L. Willard from Apocalypse Now. It is hilariously meta, especially when they complement each other on Wall Street.
Dad, how many times I gotta tell you, I am not a salesman. I'm an account executive.
Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are some honorable mentions.
Oh, it's that TV news chick, Connie f***ing Chung. Hey, Connie, how's Maury?
Number 1. David Dunn, Split. M. Night Shyamalan is best known for his twist ending in The Sixth Sense, which forces you to reconsider everything you just watched. In Split, he once again threw us a major curveball, but this time, it's more of a big picture zoom out. Having just witnessed the birth of a monster, we see the story through the lens of a newscast being watched by none other than Bruce Willis's David Dunn from Shyamalan's Unbreakable.
And they gave him a funny name, too. What was it?
Mr. Glass.
The cameo adds a whole new layer of fun to an already excellent movie, along with the promise of an epic crossover sequel. But this wasn't even the first time Willis gave us a classic character cameo.
What the hell are you doing?
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.